Good day, one and all. I'm Ted, your host, and welcome back to my channel. A channel where we'll explore all things that go bump in the night. But before we get into our stories for the night, could you please hit like, subscribe, and to share this video, because it really does help my channel out. And you may also want to turn on your notifications so you'll be kept informed of any of the new content we come out with. With that being said, on with our first story. This one is from someone that seems to be getting a phone call from beyond the grave. It's called, "This voice message has no call record." I'm posting this because I honestly don't know where it belongs. I don't believe in ghosts. I've never had sleep paralysis. I don't drink or use anything that messes with my head. That's why this is bothering me so much. 2 nights ago, around 2:40 a.m., my phone vibrated on my bedside table. It wasn't a ringtone, just a short vibration, like a notification. When I picked it up, there was a new voice message from an unknown sender. That already felt pretty odd. So before playing it, I checked my call log. Nothing. No missed calls, no incoming calls, no outgoing calls, just the voice message. So I played it. At first, it was just static. Then I heard slow breathing. After a few seconds, a voice said my name. Calmly, like it was standing very close to the phone. Then it said, "You didn't answer." I played it multiple times, said the same thing. I checked the details. There was no phone number attached to the message, no contact information, just the voice message itself, which lasted about 12 seconds. I told myself it was just some kind of glitch and put my phone down. About a minute later, it vibrated again. Another voice message. I waited longer this time before pressing play. The second message had no static. The voice said, "I called you 3 times. I checked my logs again, still empty. Then the voice said, "I'm standing outside your door." Now, I live alone. My bedroom door was closed. The apartment was completely silent. My phone vibrated again. I didn't want to listen to the third message, but I did anyway. The voice sounded clearer this time, closer. "Check your record again." My hands were shaking when I opened it. There was now 1 missed call. From my own number. Timestamped 2:41 a.m. The same minute I had been holding my phone. Right after I saw that, I heard a quiet click from my phone bedroom door handle. I locked myself in the bathroom and stayed there until morning. When the sun came up, I checked my phone again. No messages, no missed calls, no unknown sender. Everything was gone, except for one thing. In my voicemail settings, there was a saved draft. Duration, 12 seconds. I don't remember recording it. I still haven't played it. Wow! Talk about reaching out to touch someone. Next up, we have one from someone that thinks that they may not be living by themselves in their apartment. It's called, I think someone is living in my apartment. I never believe those posts that start with, I know this sounds fake, but I swear it's real. Now, I get it. When something like this happens to you, you already know nobody's gonna fully believe you. Hell, I barely believe it, and I lived it. This started around 3 months ago, the night I realized I wasn't actually alone in my apartment. I was half asleep, scrolling on my phone around 1 a.m., when I heard breathing that didn't match mine. It was slow, wet, like someone was trying not to be heard. It came from the foot of my bed. I didn't move, I didn't even breathe, I just listened. Then my phone buzzed with a notification, and the breathing stopped immediately. That's when I knew it wasn't my imagination. Now, I live alone. I always have. I double-check my locks, sleep with my bedroom door closed. Heck, I don't even let anyone crash at my place. I sat there in the dark, staring at the door, telling myself, maybe I imagined it. Stress does weird things. So does lack of sleep. Then, I heard it again. This time, it said my name. Not loud. Not whispered like in the movies. Just softly spoken, like someone testing the sound of it. I turned on the lamp. Nothing was there. I searched the apartment with a knife from the kitchen. My hand was shaking so bad I almost dropped it. Closets were empty. Bathroom, empty. The windows were locked. Front door bolted. No signs of forced entry. No hiding spots big enough for a person. I had to laugh at myself. You know, the shaky kind of laugh you do when you try not to cry. I slept with the lights on and told myself I was fine. I wasn't. The next few nights were small things. Things you can explain away if you really want to. Cabinets open that I swear was closed. The couch cushion slightly indented, like someone had been sitting there. The shower curtain pulled back when I knew it was left closed. Then came the smell. Metallic, sweet, like rust and old pennies. It only showed up at night and only in my bedroom. I washed everything. Sheets, mattress cover, even the carpet. It didn't go away. I stopped sleeping. I started dozing in short bursts, waking up constantly because something felt off. Like being watched, but deeper than that. More like being studied. One night I woke up because my bed dipped. Not like I shifted. Like, wait. A slow, careful press near my legs. I screamed and kicked, falling out of bed. Then the light came on and the dip vanished. That was the night I bought cameras. I put one in the living room, one in the hallway facing my bedroom door, and one hidden on a bookshelf in my room. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't want the looks or the jokes. The first night with the camera, nothing happened. The second night, the hallway camera caught my bedroom door opening at about 3:12 a.m. I was asleep in the footage. I didn't move. The door opened just enough for someone to slip through. The bedroom camera glitched for exactly 4 minutes. When it came back on, my door was closed. I watched the clip over and over, my heart pounding so hard I thought I might pass out. There was no one visible, no shadow, just the door moving on its own. I called my landlord the next day, asked if anyone else had access. He sounded annoyed, told me no, that I was the only tenant with keys and maintenance had to give notice before entering. I asked if anyone had ever lived in the walls. I didn't even know why I asked that. He laughed and said, this wasn't a horror movie. That night, I slept with my phone recording audio. 2:41 a.m., the audio picked up whispering, no words, just breathing and soft clicking sounds, like someone tapping their teeth together. At 2:46, something brushed my hair. I bolted upright and screamed. The recording captured my scream. It also captured another sound right before it. A quiet, pleased laugh. I left. I grabbed my keys, my wallet, my phone, and drove until I couldn't see straight. I stayed at a motel off the highway. Lights on, chair shoved up against the door. I can't say I blame you. I watched the camera feeds until morning. At about 3:18 a.m., while I was gone, the bedroom camera came back on. Someone was standing beside my bed. I wish I could say I seen a face, but I didn't. Just a shape that was wrong. It was too still, too close. Like it had been there the whole night, waiting. It leaned down towards the mattress, then it turned its head directly towards the camera. The next frame was static. I moved out that week. I didn't tell my landlord why. I didn't argue about breaking the lease. I just left. For a while, things were quiet. I was able to sleep again. I started to feel normal again. I almost convinced myself that it was some kind of breakdown. Then, the email started from my own email address. The first one just said, "You forgot something." No attachment, no explanation. The next night, I heard breathing again. Not in my apartment, in my car. I was driving home from work, radio on low, when I noticed the smell, the same metallic sweetness. I pulled over, heart racing, and checked the back seat. Empty. When I got home, my front door was unlocked. Inside on my bedroom wall was written in some dark, sticky substance was my name. And underneath it, a sentence. I don't need wars anymore. I called the police. They searched the apartment, no signs of forced entry, no fingerprints, no blood they could identify. They suggested maybe I knew someone who was just messing with me. But I didn't. That night, I stayed awake. Around 4 a.m., my phone buzzed. Another email. I like when you're awake. My bedroom closet door creaked open slowly. I don't remember screaming. I don't remember running. I just remember being outside barefoot, phone in my hand, gasping like I've been underwater. I live somewhere else now. I won't say where. I don't sleep alone anymore. I still smell it sometimes. Still hear breathing when everything is quiet. Last night, I got one more email. No subject line. Just a single sentence. You still leave space beside you when you sleep. I checked the cameras. There's a dip in the mattress. Right next to me. Holy Christ! Is this ghost dude just going out of his way to be as creepy as he possibly can? I mean, if he was still alive, he'd end up on a registry somewhere. Our next one comes from a woman. She's a wife, a mother, pretty much just living an ordinary life. That's until she sees something on her baby monitor that she just can't explain. This story's called The Baby Monitor. I have a rule about the baby monitor. I never look at the video feed unless I hear a sound first. I mean, looking for no reason is how you start seeing things that aren't even there. You see shapes in the static or tricks of the light on the crib, and your heart does a frantic little dance for nothing. But tonight, the monitor didn't make a sound. It just turned itself on. The screen glowed on my nightstand, a grainy gray window into the nursery. My daughter, Maya, was a still lump under the yellow blanket. She's 4 months old and she sleeps like a rock. I watched the rise and fall of her chest. I waited for the audio to hiss with her soft breathing, but it stayed silent. Then, I saw the hand. It wasn't reaching for her. It was just kind of resting on the edge of the crib, just a few inches from her head. Long, pale fingers with knuckles that looked like polished stones. They didn't move, they just stayed there, anchored to the wood. My blood turned to slush. I didn't scream. You normally don't scream when you are that kind of cold. I didn't check the hallway. I didn't grab a weapon. I ran. My bare feet made a wet slapping sound on the hardwood that felt loud enough to wake the neighborhood. I burst into the room, ready to tear whatever it was away from her. The room was empty. Maya was asleep. The air was heavy with the smell of lavender, detergent, and old milk. Ew. I checked behind the door. I checked the closet. Nothing. I stood over the crib, my hand hovering where the other hand had been. The wood was cold, but normal. I looked at the monitor sitting on the changing table, the one broadcasted back to my bedroom. The little green light was on. I walked back to my room, my legs shaking so hard I had to lean against the wall. I sat on the edge of my bed and looked at the parent unit again. The hand was still there. It was still on the crib rail. I looked at the screen, then looked through my open bedroom door down the hallway towards the nursery. I could see the crib from here. It was empty of intruders, but on the screen, those gray fingers began to drum, a slow, rhythmic tapping. Thump, thump, thump. The audio finally kicked in. The sound wasn't coming from the monitor on my nightstand. It was coming from the nursery. It was a voice. My voice. It was soft, a low lullaby I sing when she's teething. I looked at the monitor screen. The hand moved. It reached down and pulled the yellow blanket back. It wasn't a monster. A woman leaned into frame. She had my hair. She had my face. She picked up Maya and cradled her and whispered into her ear. I stood up. I was set to run back there, but I stopped. I looked at my own hands. They were trembling. I looked at the monitor one more time. The woman with my face looked directly into the camera. She didn't smile. She just put a finger to her lips, telling me to be quiet. Wait. Did she just tell you to shut up in your own house? How rude. Then I heard the front door open downstairs. Honey, I'm home. My husband called out. Sorry I'm late. Did the baby stay down for you? I tried to answer, but my throat was a desert. I heard his heavy footsteps on the stairs. He walked past my bedroom door without looking in. He didn't even glance at me, sitting there on the bed. He walked straight into the nursery. Hi, sweetie, he whispered. I heard the sound of him kissing someone's cheek. You look exhausted. Put her down and go get some sleep. I've got her. I watched the monitor. I watched him take the baby from the woman that looked like me. I watched them share a tired, loving smile. Then he turned the monitor off. The screen went black. I'm still sitting in the dark. I can hear them laughing softly down the hall. Wow. But you know what? I probably would have marched right in to the baby's room and see if the ghost still hung out there talking to your husband. But you know what? That's just me. Well, I think I've scared you enough for one night. But thank you for surviving all the way to the end. But before you go, if you haven't already, could you please hit like and subscribe and to share this video? Because I'm not getting It really does keep the ghost at bay. And you may also want to turn on your notifications so that you'll be kept informed of any new content we come out with. So, until the next time we meet, don't forget to check in your closet and under your bed. Hopefully that noise you heard was just in your head. Then grab your blankets extra tight and beware of all things that go bump in the night.